Members of the jury, the plaintiff is entitled to be reimbursed for the loss of earnings he has suffered as a result of his injuries from the time he was injured to the present date. And if you find that as a result of his injuries he has suffered a diminution of his earning capacity, for such diminution in the future. Any award you make for earnings lost to date may not be estimated, but must be calculated from the number of days that you find the plaintiff was disabled by his spinal injury from carrying on his work, and the amount of the work that you find he would have potentially done on those days had he not been disabled. Any award you make for diminution of plaintiff's earning capacity in the future should be ascertained on the basis of his earnings prior to the injury, the condition of his health, his prospect for advancement, and his probabilities with respect to future earnings prior to his injury. The extent to which you find that those prospects have been affected by the injury, the length of time that you find that plaintiff would reasonably be expected to work had he not been hurt, the hazards of plaintiff's employment, and any other event which would tend to increase or decrease plaintiff's earning capacity. In this connection, it is pointed out to you that the plaintiff is now 50 years of age and has a life expectancy according to the mortality tables, and also a work expectancy according to the work expectancy tables in evidence of 20 years. Such tables are, of course, nothing more than statistical averages. They neither assure that the plaintiff will have the span of working life I have given you, nor that the plaintiff's span will not be greater. The figures I have given you are not binding upon you, but may be considered by you together with your own experience and the evidence you have heard in determining what the plaintiff's life expectancy is. If you find that the plaintiff is entitled to an award for diminution of his earning capacity in the future, you will fix the dollar amount of such diminution over the entire period that you find the plaintiff will suffer such diminution, and include that amount in your verdict if you find for the plaintiff. A lump sum received today is worth more than the same total amount paid in installments over a period of time, because the lump sum received today can be invested and will earn interest. The amount which you fix as the diminution of plaintiff's earning capacity in the future must therefore be reduced to its present cash value in order to make allowance for the earning capacity of money. It shall not impose upon you the burden of making the mathematical calculations involved, but in order to provide the court with the basis for making those calculations, will ask that when you report your verdict, you answer the following questions, which will be submitted to you in writing. 1. State the total amount included in the verdict for diminution of earning capacity in the future. 2. State how long you find the diminution will continue. 3. State the breakdown of the amount referred to in 2. That is, the amount by which you find earnings will be diminished in each year. 4. State the rate of interest which is fairly to be expected from reasonably safe investments made by a person of ordinary prudence, but who does not have particular financial skill. If you find that such rate will, during the period of diminution, continue, state the rate you fix for each year. Of course, the fact that those questions are asked is not to be taken as an intimation that you should find for the plaintiff or find that the plaintiff is entitled to recover for diminution of future earnings. Only if you find that he is so entitled need you answer the questions. If you do so find, your answers will be stated on the form which will be supplied to you, and each juror will sign in the appropriate place on the form to indicate his agreement. The defendants are charged with causing injuries That's it.
Okay, that's good.